All right, now it's time to make a little bit of smoke. I've got this set up. I'd like you to have a better view of this one, but I've got that little camera on my head. We're gonna try that too. All right. This piece is just held in place just by the weight of this 4-inch clamp, and it's butted up against the landing gear, the A-frame, at the angle that it needs to be at. I had to cut these all apart. Nothing was going to work. So I've got those cut. That's prepped, ready to go. All I'm going to have to do is come in with some new rod. It's going to have to be cut and angled. I'm just going to kind of start tacking this together slowly. So it'll be a whole bunch of little clips. So, keep your fingers crossed, hope for the best, and don't let the smoke get in your eyes. If I can keep the smoke and flames down to a minimum. Okay, we had a good braise on that. We got a good burn too. Stupid pinky. Alright, I'm hoping we caught all that. Alright, we had a good burn down. As you can see, we had really good flow in. We're having a hard time with this one. We had a really good flow with it, so that should be a good brace joint. This stayed in the position it needed to, and it smells like burning plywood in here, and you can't smell it because we don't have smell-o-vision. All right, I'm going to take this piece off, and then I'm going to get everything set up and go ahead and make more smoke on the other side. Hold tight. All right, here we go. Side 2. Okay, number 2 done. Wow, is it just smoky in here. Hope you can see it. And it's just got a wonderful little smell to it too. Number 2. Another good braze on that side. I'm getting better. I am getting better. Am I great? Nope. But I'm getting better. So it's all on the temp. Once it hits the right temp. I was using too much flux the other day. I noticed that when I was trying to grind everything out. That was my issues were coming from, is that I was just putting too much on there. So I'm just fluxing now just to have enough flux down to get a good contact point, just to keep the oxidation out. Oh my gosh, I gotta step outside. I don't know. You might be able to see it. You might be able to kind of see the haze in here. there's a whole lot of haze in here. It kind of burns your eyes. So let me go and take my little geek helmet off. That I'm hoping it's recording. I don't think it is. I'll have to read the instructions again. It's been a year since I used it. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna go outside, open the door. So I'll get everything else set up, and then I'll bring it back in when it's time to braze the diagonals across. More smoke. And there we go, another good braze. I was just trying to figure out how this is all going to work. Once I have to hinge it, so I'm gonna have to do a slight modification to this angle bracket up here. I don't want to touch it; it's screaming hot. I'm gonna have to do a little adjustment to it. I might have to cut. We'll worry about that when that time comes, because it's. I mean, that's the way they did it on the real ones. It's the way I'm gonna do it now. They had a special bracket, so for my hinge, it's going to be different on the outside on this one than it will be on the inside, because I'm using aluminum. They used pressed steel. You know what? Theirs was actually cast. Probably cast aluminium. Either way, theirs was cast. Mine's going to be just regular drawn aluminum. This side, once I cut this bar off, it's going to be a perfect hinge spot. This one I just got to make a slight modification to, and I think I've decided that I want to change the wing strut mount, and I'll bring you up to date on that when that time comes, because there's going to be a little bit of a difference in how I wish to take care of that problem. But This piece here, up on the top, is ready to braze. I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to swing the vise out. Let's just keep rolling on this right now while I can keep working on it. I'm going to try to figure out the proper way I want to hold this at, get a good angle for myself. This should work. Because the metal's still good and clean up top, so there's no point in ruining what's already clean. That'll work. And since this new steel is a little bit thicker, the wall thickness, it's about 60 thousandths. This is 32, so I'm going to heat this one up first because it's heavier, it's thicker. It'll take more energy to heat it, so let's do that. And this should be ready for some flux. Another one done. Another good joint. Alright, let's change this one out. Let's get the other one up. Let's make some more smoke. I think I'm just going to kind of just redirect you a little bit. Okay, that's going to work. Let me get rid of everything that's not good, but I don't want to catch fire. Let's hose the area down. I might have enough map gas for this whole braze job. I'll need some more for the muffler. Okay, we're looking pretty good. That's nice and strong. Everything is straight, such as the way that it needs to be. Now, seeing that we're looking down, this is just going to kind of tell me approximately how good I did. And this is either going to be good or bad. Ow. Still toasty. Alright. Okay, that's good. Let's show you real quick how well I did on this one. Okay, everything is in line. We've got the axles. The axles are in line across. This is all set up in the jig, and when we look at the lines in the back, we are within about a 64th of an inch. Yes, you heard me, about a 64th of an inch. This one being a little bit farther out than this. I can make a bigger mistake when I put the hinges on to have a bigger variance than that. So I'm happy. I'm real happy with this. The only thing I got to do with this is I got to come back in, and I've just got to do a cleanup on the ends. I've got to cut. I want to make sure this isn't the hot one. Good. I got to cut this bar off. So this is where it's going to get kind of funky, because I need to get to this side of the bolt hinge through with the aluminum hinge. So once this gets cut off, I may have to make a slight mod to this tube. Even if I just cut a little bit of a recess in it and just left it open, I really don't care, because the plane's not designed to sit outside, and that's not gonna affect the majority of the structure in this anyway, because this does not stand alone. That has another piece of metal that's going to come up and triangulate to that point. It's going to come up like this. So once this is all put together, there's really nothing to worry about on this one. This is going to be, it's going to be strong. It's going to be solid. So so I'm not worried about having to notch out that little section down there to make it fit. The wing mount does go on the back. It's lined up with this rear hinge. Let me take you outside, because I got the hinge. Let me make sure I get the right size. There we go, the right side. I had to throw the plane outside, so I was hoping it wasn't going to rain today. All right, this is the one that's going to go on this side, and the wing strut is supposed to hinge right above the top of this hinge in the back. What I may do, I may make out of aluminum U-channel, I may come in and make a hinge that I'm going to cut this part away, because I do have plywood behind it. I'll beef that up a little bit with some more ply underneath the spruce, and I can go ahead and just run some screws in and have it stand out, and then just resheet that with balsa over it, so the hinge, so everything will be below it, but the hinge will be firmly mounted to the fuselage. I think that's how I'm going to do that, because I'm trying to figure out how to work with making a strong enough hinge where I would be taking this aluminum and then having it run through some hinge points, and then have to cut the top of it to look like the bottom, so it would just be an open end. And I just don't think that, I don't trust that structure of that with the aluminum, where you can, I mean, as soon as you lose a wing strut, you lost a wing. I think I'm just going to go. Matter of fact, you know what? I just decided I'm going to do that. Thanks for helping me out again. All right. Anyway, landing gear is the landing gear is brazed. All I have to do is just clean it up and cut it and fit it to the fuselage. So landing gear, I don't have landing gear on my list. Landing gear, consider it done. So it's just going to be, I just got to make the, well, you know what? It's not done. I got 2 more brace joints to do. And I think it's, I got to go, yeah, it's 11 o'clock. I got to go run up to a family lunch. Because you know it is Easter. So I got tomorrow. You'll see me tomorrow. And we'll be working. I think it's supposed to be nice tomorrow too. So I'll be working inside and outside of the shop. And by the end of the day tomorrow, I'll be sick of me and you'll be sick of me. See you tomorrow.